Hello there and welcome to this wonderful edition of Eye on Port. It is proudly brought to you by Ghana Community Network Services, GOIL Company Limited, Ghana Revenue Authority and West Blue Consulting Media Partners, the Business and Financial Times, the Ghana Web, also Graphic Business, as well as the Maritime and Transport Digest. Folks, this week we are unable to bring you the live interactive version of our program on Metro Television. That's because of the African Cup of Nations that's underway in Egypt. And as you can see, we are all ready and prepared for it and taking full part of the entire thing, supporting our Black Stars and all of that. So in the next week or so, you would not have us live on there. However, once we clear the prelims, we will be back with a live edition. Folks, if you notice, the past couple of weeks, we have been discussing issues that confronts the port industry together with the agencies who operate in the port. We find out what they do in the port, their challenges, and how they can make clearance of goods out of the port better. So this week, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority at their joint Customs Consultative Forum have been discussing all the issues that we have been raising on our platform with the agencies, plus many more that have been raging. Take a listen.
The Joint Customs Consultative Committee has held a forum to discuss issues affecting trade and the maritime industry. Such engagements are used to assess performances of stakeholders, deliberate on issues, find workable solutions to pertinent issues in achieving the common goal of trade facilitation through simplification of procedures and processes. The committee constitutes stakeholders from the maritime industry, including Customs, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Food and Drugs Authority, Ghana Standards Authority, freight forwarders, IT service providers like West Blue Consulting and GCNet, among others. Speaking on the operational requirements at the new Terminal 3 of the expanded TEMA port, the operations manager for MPS, Emmanuel Ohene Ado, revealed a successful test run has been conducted at the Terminal 3, and on 28 June 2019, the new terminal will officially be opened.
We are expected to go live or get the first commercial vessel, hopefully on the 1st of July 2019. And so we have to start getting the export boxes by the 24th of June. We'll do the official opening on the 28th. This is just official opening on the 28th of June.
He assured stakeholders of efficient service delivery at the terminal.
The main focus of especially this terminal is to make it very, very efficient. And our shareholders, they have the task of making this terminal not the best in Africa, but to compete with the best in the world. So the focus was to bring in all technologies that are currently modern or the latest technologies currently operating in any terminal in the world in this terminal.
Organizations like the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Ghana Standards Authority, Food and Drugs Authority, and Customs spoke about their preparations towards moving to the new expanded TEMA port called MPS Terminal 3.
We are fully prepared. We are waiting. We just want to go live. We can't wait. I don't know if the date is still 28. If it is still 28, we are just ready and can't wait.
We are ready to move to Terminal 3. And the preparations so far are good. We're part of all the stakeholders meeting. And then the GSA take time to tour the facility. The authority building, our office has been assigned to us, and the key has been given to us as well.
Major issue has been regulated products of the authority that comes in that are not registered. At the new terminal, we've all been talking about trade facilitation, and FDA, we are committed to this agenda. We don't want to unnecessarily be holding containers. So for products that come in that are not registered by the authority, we normally detain and we issue out what we call detention notice.
Customs, we are ready for the migration to MPS 3. We at Customs, we have deployed our officers into 3 shifts. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. And then each shift will have a team leader headed by a principal revenue officer or a senior revenue officer. And under each team, we will have 8 examination officers, comprising the examination officers and examination assistants, and then preventive officers. So we are poised for the migration to MPS3, and we have even started training our officers on the scan image analysis.
FDA, I must say, we are also very ready and well prepared to move to the new terminal. Preparedness in terms of staff strength, our staff strength has been increased to meet all the, or to be able to inspect every consignment that arrives.
We have the responsibility to keep the port running as it's supposed to. Create the enabling environment. Make sure per ISPS code, the port is safe. Make sure cargo is safe. Customs also has that due responsibility to make sure that revenue is well secured, that through the form of their work, cargo is secured, that revenue is not lost. The two of us will have to collaborate to ensure that we run the port efficiently.
The organizations also touched on how they intend to replicate a paperless port system and also conduct joint examinations at the new terminal.
We have increased our inspectors to about 42, which are ready to run this 24-hour shift. And now that we are all going to be at the examination bay together, and it's not going to be assigning to whoever is at post or whatever it is, it's going to be a team issue. So the team that is ready to conduct the test will be available at that terminal or the examination bay there. So we are fully ready to take on that challenge.
With the new terminal, we will do the detention right at MPS. So the importer must not move from MPS to our office here at Burkina Faso to take the detention notice. So real time, once the consignment is not registered, you move to our office and a detention notice is issued to you. Then the consignment can move out of the port.
During the transition meetings, we engaged other stakeholders, and then we had a lengthy discussion as to how we will migrate and do the joint inspection there. Once the examination bay, is ready for all the stakeholders, the issue of running around to look for other stakeholders to do joint inspection will be a thing of the past.
The technical service providers also are sure to give up their best towards ensuring that the new terminal operates efficiently.
Just from Westview, it's just to assure you that we are doing everything that we need to do to so that the experience at the new terminal will be awesome.
GCNet, we also want to assure you that we are ready. When the day comes, we'll be there to give you the very support that we continue to give you.
The TEMA sector commander of the Customs Division of GRA, Dr. Okon Apia, who chaired the event, called on all stakeholders to eschew old and negative practices, but instead exhibit high sense of integrity at the new Terminal 3, which is the expanded part of the Port of Tema.
As we migrate to the new facility, we need to check this. One, let's check our attitude, let's check our mindset, our behavior, the culture. Please, we should not go there with the old culture. Everything must be new. Our motive, I think, we should all be looking at efficiency and integrity. Please, let's take this serious. Let's communicate this to our subordinates everywhere. We are moving there with a new attitude.
Okay, so the issues when they are discussed on the Iron Port platform with the agencies, we don't leave it there. The port community pursue it further. You realize that the Joint Customs Consultative Forum have taken some of those issues up clearly, and they are resolving them. Other platforms in the port are also dealing with the areas that are challenging the port industry, and we hope this will continue until we have a better clearance procedure within the port and also better processes around the port industry. Folks, Customs, therefore, is saying to everybody that they are going to embark on a very serious, intensive communication plan that will bring all information around their processes to the general public, and they are going to use, of course, the authoritative platform that's IonPod plus many other mediums to do this.
The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority says it has developed a new communication strategy that seeks to bridge the gap between the division and the public, especially the trading community. According to Jinuna Mauli, a communications and public affairs officer of the TEMA sector of the Customs Division of GRA, 2019 and beyond has been dedicated to intensive education of the public on current customs regimes, since customs procedures keep changing with time. Also, the education seeks to isolate customs processes from other agencies operating at the port.
Our main objective is to educate people to understand our processes and procedures. And then also, we want to distinguish custom processes and procedures from other institutions at the port. Many at the time, when they call TEMA port, the only people they know is custom.
She said her outfit is deploying the use of television, print and online to disseminate useful information on customs processes.
Yeah, the strategy we have this year is to do a media education or a media campaign. We want to use Eye on the Port and other media, the print and the electronic media and the online platform, as well as the GRA website, to educate people.
She said the goal of the intensive sensitization program is to ensure port users, which include importers and exporters of goods, are compliant with customs regulations.
We believe that when people understand our processes, when people know why we are the port for, when people know why we collect the taxes that we are collecting, people will be compliant. And when people are compliant, and we believe that revenue collection will be very easy for us, and then by so doing we can collect more for the nation building.
She appealed to the trading public to be engaged in custom processes in order not to fall foul of the law or be cheated, despite the existence of freight forwarders or clearing agents who help clear the goods for importers.
I want to appeal to the stakeholders, especially the trading community. Those who go and bring their goods, they should take interest in what they are doing. Even if you have people who clear your goods for you, try to know what goes on here, because there are so many times that people bring their goods, give their money to people, either the goods they have not seen or the money they cannot see.
Moving away from customs, there's a new chief director for the Ministry of Transport, and it is the Ministry of Transport that oversees the entire port industry. That new chief director has paid her courtesy call and her maiden visit to the port.
A delegation from the Ministry of Transport has paid a working visit to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to officially introduce the new acting Chief Director of the Ministry of Transport, Mabel Sego, to management of GPHA. Director of TEMA Ports, Sandra Opoku, who led the GPHA team to host the delegation from the Ministry of Transport, said GPHA, which falls under the auspices of the Transport Ministry, is dedicated to being in close collaboration with the Ministry for the growth of the transport sector.
GPHA, we are here for the long haul. As our mother ministry, we'll be dealing with you on almost a daily basis or weekly basis. Our offices are open, and so your office will be barging in as and when. The same way you call in the night, we'll have to respond.
She said the port sector is undergoing many dynamic changes. First, the need for efforts to consolidate the benefits that would be derived from the new port expansion project, as well as the TEMA shipyard, which will soon undergo a major facelift.
There's been a flurry of activity, I should say, for the last few months. And by the time they start fully, I think within the next 2 months or so, when they start on June 28th and a month after, we'll still be, finding our level. And you're still working on the Mr. CEO of Shipyards issue. And that's also a very hot place.
The acting chief director of the Ministry of Transport, Mabel Sego, said, having just assumed the new role, she is prepared to be assisted in growing her proficiency in port and maritime matters so she can contribute her quota to the development of the sector significantly.
When it comes to road safety, yes, but when it comes to anything marine, I'm new. So I want to take in as much as I can so that I can relate to some of the letters and things that you write to us. And then I'll begin to appreciate this MPS and all those things that I hear.
The delegation were treated to a tour of the operational areas of the port enclave, including the cargo terminals, the new port expansion site, as well as the TEMA shipyard. At the TEMA shipyard, the delegation were introduced to core activities of the company, which includes ship maintenance and repair and an immediate vision to provide oil and gas services and shipbuilding. The new acting chief director of the Transport Ministry takes over from Trumesi Ankra Selby, who has retired from the ministry.
So we say congratulations to the new chief director at the Ministry of Transport, the mother ministry of the Ports and Harbours Authority. Folks, the ASANTEHENE, the Otumfuo Osei himself has applauded and praised our own #1 sponsor and our one and only GOIL Company Limited for doing a lot for this country and for helping this country grow, and also for lifting the image of their brand to that level where every other oil marketing company can come near.
The ASANTEHENE Otumfuo Osei II has urged the Ghanaian public to continue to patronize GOIL fuels and products for the loyal service the company has rendered to the nation.
GOIL no ye nyina dia Ghana for the anti wo se nyina eboa ma Ghana adwuma no ye ma ye nyina se adwuma bi ye Ghana for na hweso na Ghana for na defa Ghana for me ye adwuma eso mfa so ka Ghana ha no wa ma Ghana Michael so nti mrante ne maba nyina anya adwuma ye.
The Otumfuo made this statement at the official opening of an ultra-modern office complex in Kumasi. The modern 75-seater capacity office complex has cash booths, a firefighting arena fitted with modern equipment, and other ancillary facilities expected to serve the middle belt and upper middle zones of the company's operations. The Asante King lauded the achievements of GOIL to stay atop the oil marketing business despite stiff competition from international companies. He praised GOIL particularly for salvaging the unregulated surge in oil prices by creating a benchmark pricing here in Ghana.
Denti ame bae na meka kyeremu emre bi atwam na Ghana petrol bo no na kokosoro na abrofo de ne ba na kokosoro gwa ne gina mu ma Ghana petrol bo ko form said ye na betimi atobu.
Otumfuo Osei II entreated Ghanaians to support other local companies like GOIL and initiatives that would sustain the country's economy.
Ghana fo nyina so yenyum to say ha ne to petrol yen so beboa yen ti yen nyina enkoto petrol ma adwuma na nkosoro.
He also encouraged GOIL Company Limited as the premier indigenous oil marketing company to continue to create jobs for the large chunk of the Ghanaian youth.
Oma wa adwuma no so ye Ghana fo nti ye ntun say wo adwuma no nye managing director dia na wo nyina amodia.
Otumfuo Osei II seized the opportunity to praise the outgoing MD of GOIL, Patrick Akoli, charged the new acting MD Kwame Osei Prempeh to join forces with the former MD to grow the company further.
Ray wo beda no ne mpanyimfo ai wo ma ye adwuma na me nana akonso baba toaso onso mini no ame wogidie wonmu onene nuenye ba kon won cheche ni mu de oye nyonso ntoaso no onye ma ne ye ma.
The acting managing director of GOIL, Kwame Osei Prempeh, who has taken over from Patrick Akoli on the sidelines of the ceremony, updated the public that GOIL is expanding their services beyond oil marketing, which includes a soon-to-start bitumen depot, as well as an LPG recirculation plant, and also GOIL would undertake upstream oil exploration in collaboration with ExxonMobil.
In the next week or two, we're going to cut the tape for the construction of a bitumen depot in TEMA. We are starting an LPG recirculation plant in TEMA and in Kumasi, which is starting by the end of this month. We're going to start that. We are going upstream with ExxonMobil.
So GOIL is getting all the commendations, and the entire management, we say congratulations to them. We say congratulations to the new managing director of GOIL as well, Honorable Kwame Osei-Prempeh, and also the outgone managing director, our own Mr. Patrick Akole, for doing that wonderful job to lift GOIL to the standard it is today. Iron Pod returns after the break.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Dear valued client, the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is now live to make it easy to track your consignment and know the estimated duty payable for both general goods and used vehicles. We are pleased to inform you that the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is available for download on Google Play Store for Android users and the App Store for Apple users. This is the best opportunity for all importers and exporters to know the duty payable on every good under transaction. You can reach the team for inquiries and support by calling +233 242 435 663. Send an email to support@ghanastradinghub.com. To remain updated, kindly follow progress on the following platforms: www.facebook.com/Ghana Trade Hub, www.twitter.com/Ghana Trade Hub, and ghlinkedin.com/in/Ghana Trade Hub. Importers and exporters can download the official Ghana Single Window mobile app, which allows you to track your consignment conveniently and also allows you to obtain your estimated duty for general goods and used vehicles. Please spread the message to everyone importing or exporting. The Ghana Trading Hub mobile app is now live. Download and never be cheated. This is powered by the Smart Ports project under the auspices of the Government of Ghana and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Smart Port, improving Ghana's ease of doing business.
Utiliser les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit. Une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
Welcome back from the break. Still watching Iron Port and news and activities that are around the port and maritime industry, starting with the local news next. A Sierra Leonean stowaway, Kamara Shaka, has been nabbed and disembarked at the TEMA port. The stowaway told security officials he stowed away on 6th June 2019 from the port of Freetown, Sierra Leone, in search of greener pastures.
Sir, I don't have the money. Then I do this because of reasons, sir.
So what are your reasons?
Sir, I do this to farm away in life.
He was discovered on board a vessel that was en route to the TEMA port to discharge clinker 4 days prior to its arrival in Ghana. According to the port security manager, Colonel Joseph Punamani, per the standard practice, the stowaway would be repatriated to his home country where the local laws there would apply to him.
He's lucky. Regulations, they have abided by it and they have handed him over to us. So we and the immigration and the other and the PNI, so we are all involved. We'll see to make sure that we repatriate him.
The port security manager re-echoed the dangers associated with the act of stowaway and cautioned the Ghanaian public to refrain from the initiative as all attempts would turn out futile.
Most of the time when you do this, they find the vessel or the ship owners big amount. So some of them may be tempted to just throw you into the sea. Like to our people here, we should let everybody know that those who want to do it, they will virtually bring you back no matter what happens.
Security is a hallmark of Ghana's ports, and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority seeks to contribute in making sure its stakeholders and allied institutions in the port and maritime industry have a streamlined and vigilant security system. With this continual mission in place, GPHA has donated 3 advanced computers to the Central Cargo Monitoring Unit of the National Security at the Port of Tema. Dora Somoa, officer in charge of the Central Cargo Monitoring Unit of the National Security, thanked the management of GPHA for the kind gesture and described the delivery of the computers to be of timely and of great importance to the electronic monitoring team of the unit to improve the retrieval of information from the port.
The unit is in charge of electronic monitoring, and we mainly use computers to retrieve information from the port to work with intelligence from their systems. So it's going to go a long way to help us improve on our job.
Ghana is a country surrounded by francophone nations and the 3 main landlocked nations who use the ports of Ghana to translate their goods into the various countries are all francophone. It is for these reasons that Ghana's Port Authority deems it fit to regularly train its personnel to be proficient in French in order to give them the skill to effectively interact with customers of French nationality and origin. The training department of GPHA is therefore mandated to offer free basic French courses, which is open to all staff of the authority. This year, members of the GPHA French School have celebrated their 16th GPHA Francophone Week celebration, which targeted at ensuring that Ghana's ports become the transit hub of West Africa through French language. Various activities characterize the celebrations, including dancing and singing in French, essay presentations, quizzes, poems, and plays. The performances were assessed by supervisors and tutors as a reflection of what the students had learned through the period of their course. The event was attended by representatives from Burkina Shepherds Council, Burkina Chamber of Commerce, and from Mali Chamber of Commerce, who are key stakeholders of the transit community. The participants were also treated to dinner dance. The celebration ended with a 3-day visit to Togo, where the French students of GPHA toured the Lomé port area.
International port news follows. Following the latest attack on 2 tankers in the Gulf of Oman, the U.S. has expressed its belief that Iran is behind the incident. In his remarks, the U.S. Secretary of State Michael R. Pompeo said that the intelligence officials have lots of data and lots of evidence, unquote, available to support this claim. According to him, quote, these were attacks by Islamic Republic of Iran on commercial shipping on the freedom of navigation with a clear intent to deny transit through the strait, unquote. In his remarks, however, Pompeo assured that the U.S. does not want to go to war with Iran. He stressed the need for diplomacy, adding that U.S. officials are reaching out to their foreign counterparts. Crude oil tanker freight rates from the Arabian Gulf to China have doubled on the back of the recent tanker attacks, according to Shipping Association BIMCO. VLCC spot freight rates between the Arabian Gulf and China rose 101% in the days between June 13 and 20, 2019, in the aftermath of attacks on two tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. Spot freight rates for a VLCC carrying 2 million barrels of oil between the Arabian Gulf and China reached $25,994 per day on June 20, the highest level since March and significantly above the May average of $9,979 per day. Despite this increase, freight rates on this route only narrowly exceeds the daily break-even cost of a VLCC that on average amounts to $25,000 per day. BIMCO said that the latest attacks involving two tankers have further increased uncertainty, which was already high following explosions on 4 tanker vessels off the coast of the United Arab Emirates on May 12, 2019. The Philippines-based port management company, International Container Terminal Services, ICTSI, has secured the right to develop a multi-purpose terminal at the port of Krabi in Cameroon. On June 14, 2019, ICTSI has been declared preferred bidder for the concession of the development, operation and maintenance of the terminal by the autonomous port of Krabi. The parties will now engage in exclusive concession contracts negotiations ahead of final contract signature. As informed, the 25-year concession contract is valid until 2045. Located in Cameroon, Central Africa, the port of Krabi is a newly built port with a deep draft. The multi-purpose terminal consists of 265 meters of berth and 10 hectares of yard. The Maritime Anti-Corruption Network, MACN, has formed a new partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark, MOFA, to develop and launch the first ever Global Port Integrity Index and scale up collective action activities in West Africa. According to MACN, the Global Port Integrity Index will provide an overview and comparison of illicit demands in ports around the world. It will be based on the first-hand data gathered from captains calling ports around the world through MACN's anonymous incident reporting mechanism. So far, over 28,000 reports of corruption in ports have been collected.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Utiliser les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit. Une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
Whoever is sitting in this car should also look unto God and do me a favor and bring this car because it was bought out of blood money.
This car is like a blood, his own blood.
You never...
He is lying here.
Lying how?
You are lying here.
He's your man.
No, but here he is lying. When I came, he was not trying to release all the documents to me. Then I threatened him.
A friend of his who work in the system has informed him that somebody has created the goods
from the system. The thing has been on the system for so many long time and blah. Anytime I call him, I'm in Accra.
He doesn't pay attention.
I'm here. I'm that.
That is why I am even seeing a conspiracy as in somebody doing a vulture or a scavenger just trying to count days
to jump on
my vehicle.
How do you know that the goods are still sitting in the port?
We send somebody to the port. Apart from that, he also passed through some spiritual means that we know the goods at the port.
It's good news that I've been told that the items are in the state warehouse.
The state warehouse in customs parlance, we say it's a prison for goods.
It's too bad sometimes, some of us we have to learn the hard way. We've learned our lesson watching from your program.
Schedules of vessels that are already in the port, those that are far away at the anchorage, those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate that you need to know to clear your goods out of the port. That's it for this week's episode of Iron Pod. We thank you for watching the program, and also thanks a lot to the entire crew who always make the program possible. Alfred Chagbe, Frank Gomelesio, William Abeko Kena. The program was produced by Lawrence Gazy. Kada Faisal, Ernest Thompson all supported this program. Robert Nyantechi, Godwin Kabute, Solomon Anderson, Joe Bone, Joe Lavo, executive producers of this program, Nana Isi Sudubeg, and Madame Esther J.B. Donko. Thanks for watching.